I'm down. One of the best, I don't know, bands, rappers, singers. I was actually listening. Do you guys remember being on Loveline, the radio show, like 20 something years ago when I was hosting?
Man, I'm not sure if I do. That was I'm honestly don't remember.
A lifetime ago.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I don't make an impression on that. I get it. Yeah. I mean, if it was Howard Stern, you'd probably remember, but
Yeah. No.
no. To be fair, I was just listening to Gio, who sent me a bunch of stuff, and everyone was like, "These guys rapped, but they sung, they harmonized,
Yes.
and that was different than kind of what you're seeing today, I guess."
Oh yeah, definitely. Wait, it was even kind of, it was even different for when we, for the time we came out, because nobody else was doing it. So it was very different. I think that's why a lot of people took to us like they did, because it was something fresh, and it was like a breath of fresh air or something different.
How did the band form?
Well, we 3 other members are related. 2 brothers. There's 2 brothers and a cousin, and I met the guys in 7th grade. So we actually been together since junior high school.
Oh, damn.
Ever do Soul Train?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so Don Cornelius could ask the
Did he have
brothers if they were
questions?
brothers.
Yeah, that's right.
What now? What now?
Apparently, we watched some clips. Don Cornelius liked to ask bands if they were related, and often
yeah.
the answer was no.
Oh yeah. We was on it, and he asked too. He
Oh
asked us
my
too.
God!
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Very
He asked us too.
consistent.
Yes, indeed. He asked us too. He was like, "So any of your brothers?" We like,
Wow.
Yep.
So you remember going on Soul Train, but you don't remember going on Loveline.
Different
all those
vibe.
Adam, he
years
wasn't
ago.
on Loveline. You talked to the other guys on Loveline.
Oh.
Gio?
Sweet
What did
vindication.
Gio say to me?
I know Lazy Bone was on, and
Okay,
the
yeah.
other guys. But yeah, Gio
Oh.
told me the other day that Krayzie didn't go on Loveline.
Oh, well then
You are so
Then
dismissed.
you're saved.
Yeah, you're fine.
I got my bones swapped.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you guys started just harmonizing or rapping, or how did you kind of find each other?
Well, what's crazy is we didn't even know when we met each other that our grandparents knew each other, and our parents actually went to school together. So we had started hanging out with each other, and my father took me over to Lazy Bone's house one day, and when he saw his mom, he was like, they called each other by name. They already knew each other, so we started hanging out on a daily basis. We started entering school talent shows, and back then we were called, in junior high, we had a group we were called the Band-Aid Boys, and we used to walk around with Band-Aids up under our eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it all started from. And we've been together ever since. 2 different names, different group names, different rap names, but we've been together since junior high school, pretty much.
Who did the Band-Aid under the eye?
Nelly did.
Nelly. For his brother who was in prison. I saw on Entertainment Tonight, like 2002 or something.
Yeah, I don't know why I did. I just
So Nelly ripped off your Band-Aid boy thing?
Man, that's what we just tell everybody we used to do that way back in junior high school.
They also used to walk around with giant clocks around their neck.
Oh, like
yeah.
Flavor Flav.
Sure
Well,
did.
Well,
before,
who? Yeah, right. Who
right.
stole who?
Yeah.
So when did it start taking off then? Are you guys out of Cleveland area?
Yes, out of Cleveland. Man, it started taking off. We had just about exhausted all our avenues there. The music scene wasn't that big there, and we were huge hip hop fans. We loved New York hip hop, but we gravitated more to the West Coast hip hop, and so we were big fans of NWA and Eazy-E. And around the time that we saw NWA split up and Eazy went his way and Dr. Dre and everybody, we always said we want to go to California and help Eazy out. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the underdog now. Everybody turned against him. We want to be signed to Ruthless. And we actually told people when we left Cleveland, when we come back, we coming back with Eazy-E and a video crew. And that's exactly what we did.
Oh my God.
But so did you give them demo tapes and stuff like that?
So while we were out here, we had a local album that we released in Cleveland. It's called Faces of Death, and the person who worked with us in Cleveland gave us the number to Ruthless Records. We actually took one-way bus tickets out here. We was like, it's do or die. We either go now or our dream was gonna pass. And
About how old were you?
we were like, Busy was the youngest. He was like 16.
Wow.
And I was 18. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, we was between 16 and 18 at the time. And we got on a one-way bus and came out here. We didn't know what we was going to expect, where we was going to stay at. Luckily, we had some people who was from Cleveland. They were going to school out here. So we stayed. It was like 7 of us in one bedroom apartment. And our contact back home gave us the number to Ruthless Records, so we started calling every single day. Every single day, like, we want to speak to Easy. And so the secretary one day, she was like, you know what? I'm so tired of y'all calling me. I'm going to make sure Eric calls y'all back today. And we was like, cool. So we stayed by the phone, and the phone rang, and it was Easy. And he was like, Busy answered the phone. He was just so excited. He was like, oh my God, hold on. And he threw the phone to me, and he was like, rap for him. And I just started rapping, and he was like, hold on one second. And then he put me on hold, and then he came out to the phone and said, say that rap you just said again. And I could hear other people in the room. I think it was Jerry Heller and like a lot of other artists was in there. And after I finished rapping, they was like, wow. And then he was like, where y'all from? He was like, Cleveland. And he said, I got a show in Cleveland in 2 weeks. And then he was like,
how much rapping did you do on the phone? And what was the rap?
It was a rap that I did, man. It was like a fast rap. It was like, what can I say it now?
Please.
I don't remember all of it. It was like, well, it's the killer that once again. The suckers, they pick up their pen and instead of contend, say go that they win. It's that Mac 10 that's blasting. Pick up the good like you're with enough a nigga assassin. Popping the clip and you asking, who in the hell was that masked man? Something like that. And he was just like,
That sounds like Martin the Guard.
But it was longer than that, though. It was longer.
And they threw you the phone.
Yeah.
Because you were kind of the crackerjack rapper,
moneymaker.
like the better. Shouldn't have said cracker. The point is, what I mean is, they knew you were the one to sell for 30 seconds out of all the guys.
Yeah,
it was kind of
and Busy
flattering.
Busy was new in the group at the time. You know what I'm saying? So we let him in the group. So he was like, rap for him. That's easy. And I was like, I just grabbed the phone and just started rapping. You know what I'm saying? It just.
So do you have to get on a one-way bus back to Cleveland to open?
That's the thing. He said, I got a show in Cleveland. And he was like, if y'all will y'all be able to make it back there? And we was like, we'll try. So we hung up the phone with him. Now, first of all, he told us he was going to call us back in two hours. But the people we were staying with at the time, for some reason, the female left the house and she locked the phone in her bedroom.
Oh, no.
So we hearing the phone ring all day.
Oh,
like,
my God. This
We
is like
like-
a bad sitcom episode.
We like, should we bust it down or what? Should we bust it? This is our future. But we was like, man, if we bust it down, we ain't gonna have nowhere to stay. So we was like, he said he was going to Cleveland. Let's just try to get back to Cleveland. So we called our contact in Cleveland and told him, if we come back to Cleveland, can you get us an opening spot on this Easy show? He said, I'm promoting that show. Done deal. So we hustled up money, called our family, like, cried. We stranded. We can't get back home. You know what I'm saying?
We have a good reason.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they helped us get back home. And the show that he had was actually at a nightclub that Levert owned, the group Levert. They owned the club. It's called Vert's Nightclub. And we went in, we opened up for Easy. Then after Easy went on, we just blended with them like we were part of their entourage and just walked to the backstage area. But they stopped us at the dressing room. Wait, hold on, wait. Who was y'all? And Yellow Boy came out saying, we was like, man, can we rap for you? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. So we started saying the same rap I said on the phone, and Easy stuck his head up, was like, y'all the ones I talked to on the phone? And we was like, yeah. He was like, came out and talked to us, and he was like, when y'all trying to leave? He was like, now. We ain't got no clothes to take. We ain't got no bags to pack. We ready to go now. And he was like, I'll call y'all in the morning. He called us, and he had like bus tickets set up for us to get back to California. And he said, I'll see y'all when I get back.
Oh, my God.
It's such a weird pre-cell phone
Yes.
time when you
Yes.
have to stand by the phone.
Yeah.
You'd even
Yes.
do the move. I don't know if you guys did this move, but when you were expecting a call, but you had to go take a shower or something, you take the phone off the hook so they get the busy signal.
Smart.
So they would call back in
Sure.
10 minutes.
Sure.
The busy signal was kind of code for you just call back in 10. I got to run out to the liquor store. I'm coming back and take the phone off the hook.
Got it.
Exactly.
It's also weird how analog and archaic it was, but on the other hand, it somehow worked.
Yeah, it did.
Although you guys essentially took a 4-day bus trip to Los Angeles to make a phone call you could have made from Cleveland,
Exactly.
and then took another 4 days back
Way
to
better story.
Cleveland. But this is a better story.
Yeah, it
so
is.
now you get to L.A. and what?
And we get there. We get Easy was still on tour. He came back 2 days
What
later.
year is this? Sorry.
This was like this was 93. 93. And he was on tour. So when he came back to LA, he came to the hotel room and he picked us up, and he took us to the studio immediately. He took us to like 3 different studios in one day, and we did like 3 songs that day. But the last studio we went to, the producer was DJ Unique, the one who produced all of our music. We stuck with him because when we met up with him, his vibe matched ours like completely. Everything we told him how we wanted our music to sound, he made it sound exactly like that. So Easy just put us right to work. He put us right to work, and we were working on the album, but he was so anxious to get us out. He was like, "No, let's take these 6 songs, Creeping On to come up as an EP. Let's put it out now." And he put it out, and like weeks later, it was crazy.
And did you keep going back on the road with him?
Oh yeah. He kept us with him. Like he kept us like everywhere he went, we was right there with him.
That's amazing.
Everywhere.
Do you remember when he got sick?
Yes. I remember when he got sick. It was kind of strange because it's just kind of like he had disappeared. Like, we were in we were out here staying in hotels, and like we weren't from here, so we was like he would disappear like weeks sometime, and we in the hotel with no food, no money. And we told him, like, we caught up with him one time. We was like, bro, just, if you busy right now, send us back to Cleveland so at least we have ways to hustle and make money to feed ourselves. Like, we're not from here. We don't know the codes out here. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be somewhere where we're comfortable. And then that's when he put out a photo, and he was like, look, I'm making some changes in my company, getting rid of a lot of people, and I need y'all to just be patient because I'm rebuilding with y'all. And we was like, that's all you had to tell us, bro. We down. That's all you had to tell us. And so like weeks later, he disappeared again, and we got a call to come up to the office, to Ruthless Records. And there was an attorney there named Ron Sweeney. And they had checks for us. And we was like, where's Easy at? And they were like, Easy's taking care of something right now, but he wanted us to give y'all these advancement checks, advanced checks. So we got the checks, and we all moved back to Cleveland, like got houses and.
So it was a check, like a good check.
Oh yeah, it was a check we ain't never seen before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we go home and like get houses and set ourselves up, and in the midst of that, 2 weeks after I get back home, the girl I was with at the time, she was from here, and she got a call from her friend saying, "Have you heard anything about Eazy-E getting sick with HIV?" And I was like, "No." But the very next day, it came on MTV News confirming it, and I was like, "Wow!" So that's how we found out on MTV News. After that, we was kind of like shut out of all that. Like nobody told us nothing. What happened? All we know is that he had AIDS. A couple weeks later, he was dead. So
Oh my God.
we was like, "Well, back to the streets for us."
And that was your mentor. That was your guy.
Yeah.
And he was just gone.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had been, and we wasn't even with him for like a full year.
Oh my God.
But the times we was with him, like he was with us every day. Like he was staying in our little apartment. He would fall asleep in our little apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like just like with us all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a death sentence back then.
Oh yeah,
Now,
Definitely.
not so much, but
Yeah.
it's such a luck of the draw because you get it now. You see commercial. I see a lot of commercials for AIDS medications.
Exactly.
People are going about their business. And that was getting toward the end of the death sentence. Like a couple of years later, probably
AZT,
AZT, and
yeah.
he'd probably still be around.
Yeah, for
So
real.
now your mentor's gone.
Yeah.
Tragically. He was in his 30s?
yeah, yep.
Young.
Yep, in his 30s.
And that definitely slowed your roll a little bit. But how'd you guys pick it up after that?
Well, we thought it ended our road. You know what I'm saying? So because we was like, man, we just got on with the dude we wanted to get on with our childhood dream, and now it's just like gone. But then we get a call from Ruthless Records, and they wanted to have a meeting with us. So they flew us back from Cleveland, and we go to the office, and it's his wife in the office now. So, you know, we immediately, was like biased. Like, who is you?
Right.
Where is Easy? You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't, you know what I'm saying? Because we have found out that they dropped just about every other artist on the label but Bone. I was like, wow. I was like, and everybody else was looking at it. You know, the other artists, they was mad, but they was like kind of telling us like, y'all need to watch out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to watch out.
Did she make that decision?
I don't, from what I hear, Easy said, whatever you do, don't let them go.
Wow.
Wow.
That's from what we heard. Yeah.
Well, I would say that's probably what he said. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Definitely.
So now you guys knew that you had something, right? I mean, it doesn't mean things are going to work out, but you definitely know you have ability.
Yeah.
And you were able to impress people.
Oh, yeah.
So she carries on the company, Easy's wife, after he passes on.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're getting into, I mean, we're 95, 96.
Yeah.
And then you guys are going into the studio again, or you're going out?
Yeah. Well, he actually passed away in the midst of us while we were working on our first album. You know, we did the EP, and then we were working on our album, Eternal. And they kept, like, he was supposed to come to the studio, like, to be on that album, but he never came. And we was like, yo, what's going on? He's not even showing up for the album. And, you know, and then that's when we found out what was going on. But, you know, we kept pushing, like, you know, like, our success, like, still, it took off in the midst of all this. Like, we were steady going up, even though all the turmoil at the label. Our success was steady rising. We didn't know it, but it was steady rising, like on the radio and the charts and stuff like that, yeah.
Do you remember the first time, I know it's a cliche trope, but for a reason, the first time you heard your song on the radio?
Yeah, man, yes. I remember Easy called us one day, and he was like, we was in a hotel room. He was like, turn